Hi, hello, and welcome to another session on data communications and networks. In today's session, we'll see the second type of physical topology, which is the star topology. So, in this star topology, every device has a dedicated point-to-point link only to a central controller. This central controller is also known as a hub. We'll see the diagram of this star topology. So, this is a central controller. In the central controller, this is connected to individual devices. This is device 1, device 2, device 3 and device 4. So from the central controller, there is a dedicated point-to-point link to each and every device. So this is the physical structure of a star topology. Now if you see in this diagram, the individual devices are not directly connected to each other, and there is no any communication link between each of these individual devices. So this is the diagram of a star topology. This is known as the hub or the central controller. So every device is connected to the central controller, and there is no direct connection or communication link between each of these devices, and there is no direct traffic between the devices also. Suppose device 1 wants to send some message to device 2. One wants to send message to the device 2. Then this message will be sent to the central controller. From there, the central controller will send the message to the device 2. That means there is no direct connection or link between any two devices, and any two devices cannot communicate with the other device. If they want to send a message to the other device, they have to send the message to the central controller or the hub, and the hub in turn it sends the message to the intended device. So this is the physical structure of a star topology. We'll see the advantages of this star topology. So if you see, the number of physical connections are less than the mesh topology. So that is one advantage. So hence it is the physical structures or the physical connections are less expensive when compared to the mesh topology. This is one advantage. Another advantage is each device needs only one link and one input output port to connect it to others. So if you have seen in the diagram, there is only one link and one input output port for each and every device. So that is also an advantage. Since the number of cables and the number of links are very less, the installation is very easy. Then if you see, the number of links are very less, so less cabling is required. The connections are robust because they are very strong and reliable, and even if one of the link fails, only that particular link is affected. The entire system will be stable. So if one link fails, the entire system is not affected. And last advantage is the fault identification is very easy. So easy to identify the faults. That is, the fault identification is very easy. So these are some of the advantages of the star topology. Next we'll see the disadvantages. Disadvantages of the star topology. So from the diagram we can see that all the devices are connected to the central controller or the hub. So the entire topology is dependent on the single point, that is the hub. The entire system is dependent only on the hub. So if the hub goes down, the whole system is dead. So hub goes down. That means if there is any problem with the hub, the entire system goes down. Or we can call it entire system is dead. The last disadvantage is if you see the cabling, the number of cables or the links which are required is less than the mesh. But if we compare the star topology with the other coming two topologies, that is the bus and the ring, the cabling is more. So, but it is more than bus and the ring topologies. So these are the disadvantages of the star topology. So in the star topology, only one central controller has a direct point-to-point connection between each and every device. So these are some of the advantages and disadvantages of the star topology. We'll see the next type of topology, that is the bus topology. So we have seen the earlier mesh and the star topologies. So both of them had point-to-point connections. So there were dedicated point-to-point connections in the mesh topology and the star topology. But coming to the bus topology, this is a multi-point connection. There is a multi-point connection between the various devices. So here also we have one cable. Only one main cable is there. This cable acts as the backbone to link all the devices in the network. So this is the bus topology where we have a multi-point connection, and in this multi-point connection we have only one cable. This one cable is the backbone which links all the devices in the network. We'll see the diagram of this bus topology. So we have a device 1 here. Now here we have a main cable. The cable starts from here. Now from here there is a connection from the main cable to the first device. So this point we call it as a tap. This point is known as a tap, and the point from where this tap is connected to the first device, it is known as a drop line. So this is a drop line. Again, from the tap there is a connection to the second device. So again here we have a tap. So from the tap again it is connected to device 2, and from here again it goes to the next device. Again we have a tap here. From this tap there is a connection to the next device, and this is the end of the cable. So we call it as the cable end. So these are the taps in between, and the connection where it is going to the devices, that is known as the drop line. So this is one drop line. So here we have another drop line. So this is the physical structure of a bus topology. So here this is the main cable or the central cable, which is the backbone which connects all the individual devices by using these drop lines and taps. So here all the nodes or the devices, they are connected to the bus cable by using this drop lines and the taps. So this drop line is the connection from the main cable to the device, and the tap is a connector which has a connection to the device and the main cable. So this is the structure of a bus topology. Next we'll see the advantages and disadvantages of the bus. Advantages of bus topology. As we have very less number of cables, the installation is very easy. So easy to install. The second advantage is the backbone or the main cable. It can be laid along the most efficient path. So we call it as the backbone cable. So this backbone cable can be laid along the most efficient path, so that there is no breakdown or any damage in that. So from there it can be connected to the other devices by using the drop lines and the taps. Here also the less number of cables are required, that is less cabling is required. Another advantage is each drop line, if you see the drop lines, each drop line, it has to reach only as far as the nearest device. So drop line can connect only to the nearest device. From there we can use the main cable, again it connects to the next device by using the next drop line. So if you take any one particular drop line, it can be connected only to the nearest device or the node. So these are some of the advantages of the bus topology. Next we'll see the disadvantages. Disadvantages of the bus topology. So if there is any damage or any problem in the cables, reconnection is very difficult. Difficult to do the reconnections. The second disadvantage is the fault isolation is also very difficult. We cannot add new devices. So adding new devices is also difficult. This is also difficult. Okay, you can see the diagram. The signal travels from the main cable to all the devices. So some of its energy is transformed into heat. So energy from the backbone cable is transformed into heat. This is another disadvantage. So because of this, what happens? The signal level goes down. That is, the signal is attenuated. Signal is attenuated because most of the energy is absorbed as heat. If you see the diagram, we have a tap here. Now from the tap there are two connections. One is the drop line connection and the second one is going to the next tap. So here the signal is divided into two parts. So as the signal goes along the entire cable, the most of this signal energy is lost in the form of heat, and because of this the signal is attenuated. So applications of this is, this was used in the early LAN connections. So these are some of the features of the bus topology. So that's all in this session. Thank you.